What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. And today we have the November 2023 Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update for y'all. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for today's videos. We have a very exciting Albuquerque update in store for November of 2023. We got some various aircraft changes, the MAX making some invasions, and some future developments to look very forward to here at the Sunport. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for today's video. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Let's start over here with Terminal B today, as we have several aircraft over here to take a look at. We'll begin right here with United Airlines Airbus A319-100. This aircraft is currently coming in from San Francisco International Airport, and we'll be heading back out there. Really interesting frequency here, so it's double daily. Monday through Thursday, the earlier flights in Airbus A319, and then the rest of the frequency, so that's going to be Friday through Sunday, are 175s on both the afternoon and the evening service. So this is a huge capacity upgrade, as there's pretty much a whole nother frequency in addition to the 319 operating Monday through Thursday. I think it's a really interesting setup, and I think we're going to see more of this from various airlines such as Delta and American that are going to implement more of this most likely. Southwest has already done a little bit of this, and we'll talk about it more here in a little bit. But using the capacity to its fullest, typically most legacy carriers don't have the flexibility in their schedule to do make changes like this. But it's really cool to see United implementing this here. I really wonder what the 319 is doing on Friday through Sunday. Probably additional frequency to a bigger city. But yeah, pretty rare to see that, but a very cool one. I think it's a really smart move for them. So more capacity where it's right, and hopefully it will perform well. So that 319 is going to San Francisco. Florida 1 was at Albuquerque today. The day of filming is October 30th. Here we have this Florida 1 Southwest 737-700. This aircraft is currently coming in from the Baltimore Thurgood International Airport, and now it's going to be making its rounds over to Las Vegas. So glad to see Florida 1 making a reference here, and certainly glad to see where it's going from here. So that's absolutely fantastic. Over down there, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is currently coming in from Dallas Love Field, and now it's going to be making a flight out to the Austin Bertram International Airport. So Texas routes are doing really well here at Albuquerque, and I'm glad to see what Southwest is doing. And we'll talk more about their changes here in just a second. First and foremost, though, we'll cover the 737-700. This aircraft is getting ready for Long Beach today and came in earlier today from Los Angeles. So glad those routes continue to thrive for them, and they're doing really good there. So that's fantastic. Next, we have this 737-700. This aircraft is currently making a nonstop flight coming in from Oakland, and now it's going to be heading out to San Jose, California. Those routes are also doing really good, so we absolutely love to see that. And last but certainly not least, we have the 737-800 if macro mode is not going to invade my party. This aircraft is currently making a nonstop service today coming in from Houston Hobby, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Denver, so looking really good for those aircraft. I'll come back over here so we can admire Florida 1. We do have some Southwest long-term changes coming up, so looking very forward to this. So we do have the return of San Antonio officially from Southwest, which is really cool. I believe it's going to be operated on the weekend starting in June of 2024, so looking very forward to that. That'll be a nice addition to get back into the lineup, so looking forward to that. And then we're also going to have Orlando coming back next summer, but this time it's going to be Thursday through Monday, so that's really exciting. Out of Orlando, they added several Thursday through Monday flights, such as El Paso, Tulsa, and Albuquerque, which is absolutely awesome. So really big improvement, or really big capacity upgrades there for Orlando, and I think that'll really help. I think it's going to be very popular. The only service to Florida here, we did have Allegiant briefly in 2020. That was crazy. The Sanford, that one always kind of goes over my head. That was a really interesting one. But unfortunately, we don't have Allegiant nor Frontier here anymore. So it's unfortunate, but we do have another low-cost carrier that we'll see here in a second that's done really well here. And we have another one coming in next summer too, which we'll talk about towards the end of the video. We're glad to see Southwest doing well there, and San Antonio will be great too. Here's that low-cost carrier. It's going to be Spirit on their Airbus A320neo coming in from Las Vegas. Flight's going well. It's an evening flight coming in at 7 o'clock and then going right back. So ultimately, I think they're doing a good job there, and I think they're doing pretty well. So that's great. Again, no Southwest, or sorry, no Allegiant, which is kind of crazy. It would be extremely bizarre not to have Southwest here. It's kind of almost a focus city, but what can you do? All right, into United, here we go with their Boeing 737-900ER. This is coming in from the Houston George Bush Intercontinental Airport. Glad to see that Houston's retaining the main line here for the immediate future, so looking great. Only 3 daily flights, though, which is kind of interesting. So certainly going for the capacity outlook rather than the frequency. And here we have this Boeing 737 MAX 9, and this aircraft is currently coming in from Denver, DEN. This aircraft's really been making some pretty common appearances here, so it's been nice to see that, and I think it's been a really quality addition here at the airport, so that's been absolutely awesome. So glad to see both MAXs coming in. How about American's Boeing 737 MAX 8? I believe this is the first revenue passenger service that the MAX has had for American here. It's coming in from the Chicago O'Hare International Airport. They've had some really interesting routes here. I don't know what the reason for this is. It might just be repurposing 737, but the MAX services coming in this month, which is really cool. So that's absolutely fantastic. Again, a little bit different compared to what we're used to seeing here at the Sunport, but it's certainly a really quality change, and I think that's certainly a very good one at that. So really cool to see this. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and hopefully we'll see more cool changes like this in the future. So very nice change right there for American. And here's their Airbus A319 with CFMs coming in from Phoenix Sky Harbor. No major reports here besides the fact that it's doing well on 4 daily frequencies, so glad to see that, and hopefully that will continue. And then we have this American Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the logo on the winglet coming in from the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Pretty much all 737s, like 8 times a day. It's a really nice service there, and they really do well with all the capacity, and certainly American's focal point here at the Sunport. Next, we have this Alaska Embraer 175 for Horizon Air coming in from Portland, Oregon. What you would expect, a daily service. I think we're probably out on the main line for a while here, so that's completely okay, though it's understandable, and glad that the service is still going well with what Alaska is wanting from it, so that's really cool. Unfortunately, no JetBlue here at the moment. Hopefully they'll return here in the future. I think that it's just pretty much a seasonal service at this point, just comes back whenever JetBlue wants it to, so that's kind of interesting. Loading up right here, Gate Bravo 10, we have this Delta Airlines Airbus A321. This aircraft's kind of making a non-stop service in the thank you livery from the Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport. So yeah, not too many major changes here. It's the 321. I don't know what the logic is on Macro. I really don't. Anyways, back to the 321. Going good here. Glad to see that's doing well. It's a really nice service. So ATL going great, and hopefully it will continue to do just that. This is probably going to go Macro. I would not be surprised. I think we're going to hold off. Here we have this Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. This aircraft's coming in from Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a really nice jump up from the 319 in the last update. I believe that's what I had in here. Hopefully I did. But nevertheless, 737-900 going forward. Really nice 3 daily flights. They're doing really well there. So I'm excited to see how Delta will continue, and especially considering what they've done lately. This is really nice to see how they're doing. So that's absolutely awesome. And then here we have this Delta Airlines Airbus A320 coming in from Minneapolis. This is pretty much the real deal, boys. It's in the schedule infinitively year-round. So really happy to see this. It's an 8:30 Airbus A320 arrival. We got to get out of macro mode so we can admire our 320. Come on. Come on. We're going to get out of macro mode, and I'm not... There we go. But nevertheless, this is really cool to see. I'm glad that they've done so well, unlike my camera, which is just abysmally bad today. I don't know why. Let me just... Okay. All right. No. I'm about to just turn it off, to be honest. I try to keep it on, but I mean, gosh, I don't know why. Okay, hopefully this will work this time, but nevertheless, glad to see Delta doing really well here on the Minneapolis service. It's been really fun to see, and I'm really excited for their future here at Albuquerque, and bringing this year around for the first time ever is really awesome. So I'm really glad they're doing well here. We'll have to see if they add more new flights in the future, but this is certainly sufficient for the moment, and I think they're doing a really good job. So considering that we about lost that, to have it year round is on a daily basis for that is absolutely awesome. So looking good, and we'll have more to talk about with Minneapolis here in a minute. So there's your hint. Right here we have this American Eagle Embraer 175 coming in from the Los Angeles International Airport for SkyWest. No major changes, some CRJ 700s coming in too, so pretty standard there, but glad to see LA doing good here on SkyWest. All right, we have quite a busy yet fun ramp to take a look at here. Let's take a look. Beginning right here with this UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter. This aircraft is currently taxiing out for nonstop service today out to Ontario after coming in from Dallas, so certainly glad to see those flights going really well for UPS. Here is a Sun Country Boeing 737-800. This is yet another New Mexico Lobos football charter. I have to give a huge shout out real quick to the Albuquerque social medias for hosting some players from the New Mexico Lobos football team. They made a super cool video on the ramp, and I'll show that right now. That video was really cool to see. I did a really good job editing that, and I thought that was way too cool not to show. So really good job there by New Mexico and Albuquerque for coming together. That was very fun. Unfortunately, in this particular game, though, they did take their 5th loss of the season to the Nevada Wolfpack after this aircraft came in from Reno, dropping them back off. So with regards to the football team, unfortunately, they did not play very well in the first half. They tried to come back in the second half, but that certainly did not work very well. So at least they only lost by 10, not too bad. But that's their 5th loss of the year. Maybe they'll make a bowl game. We'll have to see in the future, but nice to see that Sun Country's giving them a nice ride back at least. It arrived pretty early in the morning at like 3 a.m. So there we go. And then we have these two aircraft right here. So we have a Learjet 75. This aircraft is currently making a flight around the area, so looking very nice right there. And we have, or I'm sorry, that was for, sorry, I'm so used to, I was looking at the Cessna right here below my arm. I got confused there, apologies. Okay, so here we go for the Learjet 75, and this aircraft is currently coming in from Roswell on a pretty short flight there, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Eugene, Oregon, so looking very good. And then we have a, this is going to be substituting for King Air 350. I know it's not the perfect substitute there, but as close as I can get. So Advanced Air is now operating the Carlsbad service in addition to another service that they have that's Silver City. So Silver City and Carlsbad are the new EAS service, or the new EAS service that Advanced Air has. Is now Boutique is completely out, so very unfortunate. But now we're over here to Advance. So Advance is coming in from Silver City, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Carlsbad, and I'll be sure to try to get an aircraft made for that here in the future. Here's this Prime Air Boeing 737-800 freighter. This aircraft's coming in from Cincinnati, and now it's heading out to San Bernardino, operated by Sun Country. So glad to see San Bernardino getting in there. That's really cool. So I think that's a nice use of the resource there, and cool to have a cargo service to California now. So it's absolutely awesome. Well, I mean, we have with Ontario for UPS, but cool to have Prime Air just changing up the destination some, and hopefully we'll get to see more of that in the future. So really cool to see that. That's absolutely awesome. And then for our cargo lineup over here, we have a nice variety of aircraft, beginning right here with this FedEx Express Airbus A300 freighter that just arrived. This aircraft is currently coming in from Memphis, and now it's heading over to Lubbock next. So glad to see the FedEx A300 making some references. Here we have this FedEx Boeing 767-300 freighter, also coming in from Memphis. However, this is a full turnaround, so getting the cargo off, and it's going to head right back. So getting ready to load some more here in a bit, looking really good. And then we have this UPS Airbus A300 freighter, and this aircraft is currently making a flight coming in from Louisville, Kentucky, and now it's heading on to Ontario. So glad to see all those flights going really well here for UPS and the boys, and excited to see where they go from here. So ultimately, a really good job right there. I think I didn't send the FedEx 75 to Ontario. If I did, substitute for El Paso. I apologize if I sent to El Paso or Ontario. That was not intentional, but it may have been on accident. Alrighty, to finish out today's airport update, we have our aircraft in line here for takeoff on runway 08, beginning right here with this Delta Connection ERJ 170. Really excited for the enhanced winglet. We're literally so close. So by the January update, hopefully that will be making its appearance in here. But nevertheless, we do have the 170. We'll finish it out strong with this guy because it's been such a workhorse. Coming in from LAX, it's done a really great job. Love the plane. And it will certainly continue to get utilized, just not at the Sunport because these are not on the West Coast period. So, but still really cool to reflect on. And here's this Alaska Boeing 737-800. This aircraft, of course, is coming in from Seattle, Washington. Turnaround flight once daily. Nothing, or actually, I think on November they're operating a second daily flight on Thursday, Friday, and Monday, maybe something like that. So there is a couple days with some additional flights, but yeah, certainly not the capacity that we had previously. But I think Alaska is really adding some new flights and having to make some changes. So they're still serving. That's the point, and they're probably brimming it. So that's awesome. Okay, here's our Austin American 175. I promise that it's still here. Austin doing good, a once daily flight. Nothing too crazy to report on besides the fact that it's going well, so glad to say that. And last but certainly not least, coming in from Chicago here to match the American flight, we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-800. So glad to see this going well. Certainly a bunch of capacity. Also on Saturdays for both airlines, American and United, they're both operating the 170 on the daily service, which is really interesting. The 175, I should clarify. So that's really interesting to note. That's a really interesting change. I don't know if one airline did it because of the other or vice versa, but it certainly seems kind of similar. So very interesting to see that, but overall, a really cool aircraft for that route, and that's going really well. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update. We do have the Southwest changes that I mentioned, so I'll go over those one more time to clarify. So Orlando next summer will be Thursday through Monday, which I think is a really quality change. And then San Antonio will be back on Saturdays and Sundays. So looking very forward to that. And if I missed any, I'll be sure to mention them now as well. And need to pause the video so I don't forget to add the graphic. But really exciting, as Sun Country Airlines will be debuting at the Albuquerque Sunport International Airport next summer. On June 19th, they will begin their service to Minneapolis-St. Paul to compete versus Delta Airlines, and that will be conducted on Wednesdays and Saturdays in the afternoons on a Boeing 737-800. I think this will be a really good addition here for Sun Country. They have certainly went right after Delta, and Deltas came right back after them. I think this is certainly going to add some really, really quality competition for the route. Of course, Delta's had the monopoly all summer and dating back to last year too. So we will have to see what happens out of this new service for Sun Country. I think they'll be a really good addition. Like I said, they might end up parking at this gate. Delta is currently using these two, but when the aircraft gets pulled off and he goes over to a hard stand, which I thought was kind of unnecessary since this gate, which is B6, is not being used to my knowledge. So hopefully we will see some really good progression there from Sun Country. Of course, Wednesday, Saturday isn't the best duo of days, but you know, during the summer that would be the time to do it, and they have to have other days they have flights going on, so some route has to have the Wednesday, Saturday. So they are confident that Albuquerque can sustain it, and I think they can. It probably won't go year round. I think that would be maybe a Saturday only through the whole year. I don't know. It really depends how the summer goes. So excited for that next summer, and that will be the 6-year anniversary of the Sunport airport updates on my channel. So it'll be nice to already have one new route docked up for that. Hopefully maybe we'll get a few more, well, new airline I should say. So looking forward to introducing Sun Country, as they've had quite a nice charter presence here, but finally getting some passenger service will be awesome for them, and I think they'll be a really great addition here at the airport. And we're already ready to rock as we have the various aircraft. I have the Scimitar 737-800, the old livery, and the blended wing on 737-800. So definitely ready to rock for that. Looking forward to it, and I hope each and every one of you are as well. Outside that, I showed the New Mexico video. I thought that was really cool that they did. And yeah, outside that, the Sunport's going well. Social media's been pretty active. Again, no new services outside of what I mentioned. So certainly going good. Nothing for the immediate future, but I'm sure we'll see some aircraft changes to come. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process. Do you love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.